This is Stephanie, and this is the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just wanted to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here you think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see 'em dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down a, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. Hello, welcome to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. I don't know why I'm in a Disney mood. Actually, I do. But thank you so much for joining me. So, I'm going to be talking about somebody today who gives me that energy. And the thing about it is we have to add it to the list of things of, girl, keep this in the drafts. Girl, take this to your grave. But we'll get there. So hopefully everybody's having a good week. I hope everybody has been doing what they can for self-care. So when I tell you this, what's going on in our world, it could be very mentally and emotionally draining. And I just want everybody under the sound of my voice to just take care of yourself. So let's start low key, and it's odd to start low key. So a few years ago, people used to say when you have celebrity deaths, they come in threes. Sometimes that's true and sometimes that's not, but most of the time it is true. So first, we got hit with Malcolm Jamal Warner, and that was shocking to me. One, because at first it was like Team Z was the first to report it and said it's not official, and then all the official reports came out, and I'm like, oh good Lord. Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away at the age of 54. And it is because he was stuck in a current in Costa Rica, and he unfortunately drowned. Apparently his daughter was also in the water, but they were able to save the daughter, just not him, unfortunately. He was only 54. I'm not exactly see, this is what happens when you watch people on screen. You somehow age them up so much. He was only 54, which is literally 10 years. Like, there was just a decade of time between me and Malcolm Jamal Warner. That's very just it's just like, wow.
And then there were like everybody's creating great AI art or just art in general, and it's a picture of him, Malcolm Jamal Warner, so love to his family and his friends. And because when this hit a lot of people hard, and there were people saying this is why black people need to know how to swim. First of all, his ability to swim is not what is in question here. Being caught in a current in an ocean, that is a whole different thing. And that's what happened to him. It's like you could be the best swimmer in the world, but if you get caught in the current, you're getting taken out. It was him, Chadwick Boseman, and I think it was Kobe, the one I saw. And it just made me think of buddy, friend of the show, named TT Talks, who put out a video years ago saying, "Black men, I just want to see y'all grow old." Because when you think about it, it's like Chadwick was in his 40s, Kobe I think was in his 50s or 60s, and then Jamal Warner was 54. I agree. We want to see black men grow old. I mean, it honestly is making me think about my dad, because my dad was only in his early 60s. So I echo what TT said. I just want black men to grow old. I want my brother to grow old. I want to see him with, it's going to take 75 bajillion years, but I want to see him with more gray hair. I want to see him with, you know, the wrinkles that you see on older men in like their 70s or 80s. I want that. I want to see that. And I just want that for a lot of people, because I'm sorry, a lot of our men, they're just not making it. I'm trying not to cry. I really am. It's like they're just not making it. It just makes me sad. So yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner, like, it literally hit everybody like a lead balloon. And then there's Ozzy Osbourne, who passed away. And Hulk Hogan. I think Hulk Hogan was 71. I think Ozzy Osbourne is around that age too. Malcolm Jamal hit like a lead balloon. Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan hit like what's for dinner. I'm of a certain age. I remember the Osbournes. So not necessarily like, oh my gosh, I'm like heartbroken or like F him forever. Not for Ozzy. But I saw a couple of headlines where it was like, I'm saying headlines, tweets about stuff that maybe Ozzy had said or did, and I'm like, yeah. Because I find it funny when people say don't speak ill of the dead. Yeah. Your deeds is what people remember if they don't really know you. If you're a celebrity, what we know you for may be all that we know. But if you are known for doing something harmful, Hulk Hogan, that's what people are going to focus on. I'm so sorry. They are. Hulk Hogan, ironically, he and I share the same birthday. I could get on this mic and talk about male Leos, but another day, because Barack Obama is a male Leo. Okay, he's an August Leo on top of that. Chris Hemsworth is a Leo. Hunky Jalen Hurts is an August Leo. So there are caveats. This is nuance to that. It really is. Hulk Hogan is a WWE legend. However, as of late, he's demonstrated that he is racist. He has used a hard R. And also, he was a Trumper. He got, I think one of the last things he did for WWE, he got WWE, and I think it was around election time, he got booed. Rightfully so. So for those who, like, the thing, like, sometimes it's easy to compartmentalize and just, like, I'm just going to celebrate the person, I'm going to leave the personal stuff out of it. Yeah, that may work for you, but for some people, it's not going to work. But no matter how terrible he has done stuff in the public, these people have families. I mean, his ex was like, apparently he had 2 or 3 wives. So, I mean, his children, I don't even know if he was talking to them. They lost their dad. And someone who lost their dad, I'm not talking. You lost your dad, so go ahead and mourn him. But if people aren't just saying, oh my, like, if isn't more people coming out to give tribute to Hulk Hogan, there's probably a few glaringly obvious reasons why. So let's get into mid-key. So a video from February is making the rounds, and it is of a young man sitting in his car. Apparently he was stopped by the police, according to them, because he didn't have his headlights on during the day. So the video that's making the rounds all over social media is from William McNeil Jr.'s cell phone. So let me just just in case you have not heard of this, let me give you a little bit of background. So this is from CNN. A cell phone video showing a white police officer in Jacksonville, Florida. So y'all already know this about to be a fool, because they said Florida. Striking a black man in the face during a February traffic stop before officers dragged the driver from his car has sparked outrage online as conflicting accounts of the incident have emerged. The video, which 22-year-old driver William McNeil Jr. took from inside his car, is a clear depiction of brutality, says his civil rights lawyer Ben Crump and Harry Daniels, and comes as law enforcement officials, from masked ICE agents to local police officers, have been scrutinized for their use of force, particularly against people of color. I just really wanted to know why I was getting pulled over and why I needed to step out of the car. McNeil, an undergraduate student and church musician, said at a news conference Wednesday, I know I didn't do anything wrong. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office argues the video doesn't show the full context of the incident. Yes, there absolutely was force used by the arresting officers, and yes, the force is ugly. Just because Sheriff T.K. Waters, said Monday at a news conference, just because force is ugly does not mean it is unlawful or contrary to policy. The force shown on this video does not demonstrate lawfulness. Having to use force is on surface, it's not ugly. I'm gonna get on him in a minute. The sheriff said he wouldn't stay silent while facts and information are buried to advance an anti-police agenda. McNeil, along with his family and legal team, are calling on the sheriff to immediately terminate the officer who struck the young man in what they describe as a case of racial profiling and excessive force. The sheriff cannot justify this. He cannot condone this. You must condemn this. I mean, there's no way you can say this reflects your policies, your training, your values. This is very disturbing on every level. Here's what we know. Police body cam video released Monday shows McNeil opening his car door to speak to an officer who tells him he's pulled over for driving without his headlights or seatbelt on. Florida's law states drivers must use seatbelts while operating a car and use headlights from sunset to sunrise and in cases of rain, smoke, or fog. It's daylight, I don't need the lights, and it's not weather, it's not raining. McNeil asked the officer to call his supervisor, refused to give him his license, and closed his door. He locked it as the officer asked him to step out of the vehicle. Open the door and exit, or we're going to break the window. McNeil was warned 7 times he was under arrest and needed to open his door. The video from inside McNeil's car begins with him sitting in the driver's seat talking to another officer through the passenger side window. He asked the officer to show him the law stating that he must have his headlights on. One officer then says he's going ahead with breaking the window according to body cam footage. All right, go for it, a second police officer is heard saying. Seconds later, the driver's window is smashed in. Neil is punched in the face, and officers open the door and pull him to the ground next to his car, striking his face again. McNeil's only crime allegedly was he didn't have his headlights on and he didn't have his seatbelt on, things that most people would get a notice to appear. He got punches in his face, head beat against the concrete, and a gun drawn on him. That is excessive. This is what
This is about driving while black. We don't believe they ever would have done that had this been a young white citizen. McNeil's lawyers say he sustained a tooth fracture, concussion, and a traumatic brain injury. He also had cognitive impairment and short-term memory deficits after the traffic stop. The body camera footage released Monday didn't show the initial strike between the arresting officer and McNeil. McNeil was arrested following the incident on February 19th and charged with resisting a police officer without violence, driving on a suspended license, and possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana, Waters said. The next day, he pleaded guilty to the resisting and suspended license charges. D. Bowers, the arresting officer who pulled McNeil over, made no mention of McNeil being punched in his police report. He wrote that the suspect refused to comply, which led him to break the window to open the driver's door. Physical force was applied to the suspect and he was taken to the ground. A second officer, however, described in a separate report 6 punches to McNeil's leg before he stopped resisting. He simply asked for a supervisor and then they break his window and beat him, yet somehow the report failed to mention that. Bowers' report also claimed McNeil was reaching for the floorboard of the vehicle when a large knife was sitting, as he was removed from the car. Deputies found a knife while they searched McNeil's vehicle after taking him into custody, according to police reports. The knife in that car was not a weapon because he did not weaponize it, McNeil's lawyer said Wednesday, reiterating their stance that the young man never reached for the knife. McNeil kept his cool throughout the interaction, at one point calmly taking a punch to his face without retaliating, his lawyer noted. When asked Monday about what he saw in footage, Waters, the sheriff, said he couldn't see where McNeil's hands were. Waters said McNeil hadn't filed a complaint or shared his video with the department before it was released in social media. Had he done so, he said, the department would have started an investigation. The sheriff said the cell phone footage showed there were aspects of the arrest the department needed to investigate, but said he assumed the video was intended to inflame the public. The context of this video should tell you everything you need to know. A criminal investigation at the sheriff's office began Sunday as soon as it became aware of the viral footage. Waters said, adding the state attorney's office determined Monday no officers involved in the arrest violating any criminal laws. An administrative review over whether the deputies violated department policy is still ongoing. The arresting officer has been stripped of his law enforcement authority pending the outcome of the administrative review. McNeil's lawyers called Wednesday for an independent investigation separate from the one conducted by the state's attorney office, which they said never attempted to interview McNeil. We do not believe this is an independent investigation, Crump said. The legal team also called on the sheriff's office to release the names of the officers in the video. If they're proud of the conduct on the video, then they should release the officers' names. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has a long history of this kind of needless brutality and violence. It should be obvious to anyone watching the video that William McNeil wasn't a threat to anyone. He was calmly exercising his constitutional rights and they beat him for it. McNeil did everything right during the incident and was still brutalized by police. We all give our children the talk and he mastered the talk. Many black parents say they feel they have to have a conversation with their children about systematic racism and how to handle encounters with the police. McNeil's stepfather, Alton Solomon, spoke about a similar experience he had with law enforcement years ago. I've been through what he's been through. To see that video made me go back to the moment when I was 22. It hurts. The day I seen that video, I couldn't finish it past the window breaking, McNeil's mother, Latoya Solomon, said. It wasn't until maybe a few months ago I finally finished the whole video. McNeil is a self-taught musician, having mastered the trombone, keyboard, and drums, who played music in church. He is a really, really good man of God. He's a mentor of all the children in our neighborhood. McNeil is a biology major and member of the marching band at Livingston College, a historically black college in North Carolina, the university's president Anthony Davis said Wednesday. Davis noted McNeil often volunteers his time on the weekends to give back to his community, commending the college student for the restraint, resolve, and resilience he has shown during and after the accident. So I think there's a video of him recently where he still has the fractured tooth. He hasn't gotten it fixed yet. TK Waters, the sheriff, yeah, those officers need to go, and so does he. There's child, I am just flabbergasted how you could say y'all just trying to make cops look bad. No, baby, those officers are making you look bad. Because if you look at the video, I'm like, I'm sorry, what was he doing in his car? I'm like, you were doing all that because he didn't have his headlights on and a seatbelt. None of that warranted any sort of violence. Not one thing. It'd be different if, he was driving his car without a seatbelt with no lights on and he's hit several different cars. If he had hit somebody and fled the scene, that would make more sense. The thing about it is, it's like y'all asked to see his hands and he showed you his hands. So you can't even say, I didn't see his hands. It's sitting right there. You see it.
And your officers lied in their report. And keeping stuff out, lies by omission is lies. And so to say like, oh, this is just anti-cop rhetoric, I'm like, oh, baby, no. It's like, I sound like Garcelle. I don't need to make you look bad. You're doing a good job all by yourself. Citizens are not making cops look bad. Cops are making cops look bad. And what hurts more is y'all trying to step, doing this thin blue line and step in front of them and say, hey, not all cops are bad. If y'all like gone, it's like now it can't just be citizens calling out cops. Y'all need to start calling out the cops. But the problem is the ones that do call y'all out, y'all retaliate and treat them like shit. So they don't say anything. And what happened to William McNeil at his age, I've seen people way older lose their cool. That cop busted out his window and punched him in the face. He was sitting there. He didn't have anything. And the bad part about it, the sheriff was mad that a reporter said, hey, your cop sucker punched him. Oh, don't say that. That's literally what happened. Girl, we watched the video. He was doing and saying nothing. And that cop just punched him in the face. Or slapped him, girl. I don't know. They were a little too spicy. And then yanked him out the car and beat him up on the ground. And to top it all off, those cops don't all have the same report. So, yeah. Mr. William McNeil, go get your money. Because y'all are playing in people's faces. And y'all think people so stupid. And the thing about it is, if he had not recorded that video, then... So when he said he didn't come to us first, why would he? You just excused all of the behavior. Why would he come to y'all? The bad part about it is you're like, oh, why don't y'all trust us? I'm like, because y'all are dishonest. You can't demonstrate pockets and reasons why people should not trust police and then say, why don't y'all trust us? Girl, we got too much evidence. And the thing about it is, hey, hi, cheat code. We know all cops aren't bad. It's just we want y'all to call out. Y'all need to start calling the bad ones. Stop asking citizens to do that. Because that's the thing. Y'all just cover it up. And then be like, why we got such a bad reputation? Because y'all don't get rid of the bad eggs. Y'all act like these bad cops are just lone wolves. Oh, no, baby. Not at all. Next story. So the StudBudz. If you are not watching the Shooty Hoops, you're not watching the Shooty Hoops, you may not know who the StudBudz are, but there's two WNBA players, and they stream on Twitch. So it's two players from the Minnesota Lynx. Their names Courtney Williams and Natisha Heidemann. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. And they are the StudBudz. And so they were they were gearing up for the stream before WNBA All-Star Weekend, which when I tell you, it looked like y'all be having a good ass time. I'm like, see, now I want to go watch the Shooty Hoops. But it's like they did a stream All-Star Weekend on a 72-hour stream, and they did a whole lot. They had a lot going on. It seemed like they are fun. And then let's enter into Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports. So Dave Portnoy put out a tweet that said this: I've never downloaded Twitch or any streaming platform in my life. That's weird. That was until today. StudBudz has done more marketing for the WNBA with their 72-hour stream than the bozos running the league have done since its inception. They are hilarious and humanize everybody. When I tell you I could fill the Raven Stadium with things I would rather listen to or read than anything by this man, I mean it. So now it seems like the StudBudz are going to have Dave Portnoy streaming with them. So they have their own thing. It's called StudBudz HQ. So they're going to have Dave Portnoy on their platform. And according to their tweet, it says StudBudz reveals they're going to confront Dave Portnoy about talking about Angel Reese when he comes on their stream. We're going to ask him, why are you talking bad about Angel like that? Because we love her bad. And if you're going to ask, yes, he is. He is a Caitlin Clark fan who feels like to love Caitlin Clark means you got to hate on Angel Reese. Because apparently they are the Magic and Bird of the WNBA, which I don't watch Shooty Hoops, so it may be accurate, but please understand the folks that love Caitlin Clark, a lot of them aren't real WNBA fans. They just hate black women. Thank you for coming to our TED Talk, because you think we don't understand the difference. So when people heard that the StudBudz were going to have Dave Portnoy on, they're like, girl, what are y'all doing? Of all people to platform, and by the way, he's Barstool Sports. He don't need anybody to platform him. For you to have this man on here is like, girl, what the hell? So shout out to Jules Pesbian, who has a whole thread about things he's been saying about Angel Reese since she got into the league. So, from April 2nd, 2023, not even close. Are you brain dead? Classless Angel Reese basically chased the best player in the game to the locker room to taunt her. Girl, what are you talking about? That's not true. In what world was that flagrant? An absolute cop-out call. WNBA is a joke. Angel Reese should have gotten a tech. Angel Reese celebrating a blatant cheap shot like she won a title. Jealousy is the disease. For all the dummies out there who don't understand why Angel Reese is classless, is because she taunted Clark with 10 seconds left in the game. That was long over. Talking shit in the moment is one thing. Doing it when she did was classless. And I guess that's that. It's not coming up. Lord have mercy. Shocker. Angelo Reese and the Sky doing Angel Reese and Sky stuff. By the way, Caitlin is cooking them. Angel Reese is the worst. I hate sports sense Angel Reese. Hate her. That's how much it pains me to admit how brilliant it was for her to trademark Me Bounds and make it her thing. Brilliant. I hate how brilliant it is. Holy shit. Angel better hope they cancel this season because Caitlin's fixing to put her in a quick grave. Fever on top. And if you think I don't have more, I do. If Caitlin was on LSU and Angel was on Iowa, LSU would be -11. See, I actually respect Angel embracing being #classless. She doesn't need people defending her. She is owning it. Every movie needs a villain. She's not the villain of the WNBA. Angel Reese, classless. I didn't even see this. Angel Reese is such a clown, yet she loses to Caitlin yet again. I would have given me a left nut for Caitlin to wave bye-bye to Angel Reese when she fouled out. #Iowa. Was this a troll tweet by CBS Sports? I mean, the Sky lost by 30. Angel has 4 points for the game. She is shooting like 20% for season, and was a -20 for the game. And they post her hitting a wide open layup like she's MJ. They had to be trolling. This ain't right. RG3/Caitlin Clark rant. For the billionth time, the reason Caitlin Clark fans like me don't like Angel Reese is because Angel Reese has acted like a jackass towards Clark for years. To be fair, Angel has taunted Caitlin, talked shit multiple times about Caitlin, did the lambada when she got cheap shotted. The media hasn't created a rivalry. Angel's obsession with Caitlin has. She's not obsessed with her. You're a bozo if you think Angel Reese's foul on Caitlin Clark was just a basketball play. Ryan Clark name dropped me in his wild RG3/Caitlin Clark rant for the billionth time. The reason Caitlin Clark fans like me don't like Angel Reese is because Angel Reese has acted like a jackass towards Clark for years. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here in a bit. Yeah. So that's the end of the thread, but it's very interesting, this revisionist history they have for Caitlin Clark.
and when she was a college basketball player. Now, again, I told y'all, I don't watch the shooty hoops a lot. I'm sorry, I don't watch it at all. But I'm actually kind of familiar with a few people. And I remember watching some of, March Madness. That year, well, I think it was Caitlin's last, I'm trying to think, is that Caitlin's last? No, I think it was her last year at Iowa. But that whole March Madness, Caitlin chirped a lot. Caitlin talks a lot. So she did a lot to other people. She is mouthy. Is she a good ball player? Absolutely. But homegirl, she talks. And let me just say this. When they met up with LSU, and LSU beat their asses for the NCAA title, and Angel pointed to her ring, baby, people were so mad that she did that, but y'all fail and realize, do you know Caitlin did that shit to other people? You couching this, I'm like, oh, I don't like her because I don't like how she treats Caitlin. Oh, girl, fuck you. Do you know how many dudes in the NBA don't like each other? Yes, it's a lot of them. But the thing about it is, trying to paint Caitlin as this wave who needs defending is wild to me. Because y'all saying, like, don't defend Angel. Why the fuck are y'all defending Caitlin? Caitlin can handle herself. But couching is like, we gotta defend Caitlin by that mean black girl is so weird to me. And Dave Portnoy has been like, all the tweets that I just read is within like the last 2 or 3 years. I think the latest was, like, the earliest was 2023. So, honey, it's like, y'all need to stop playing. And the thing about it is, I agree with a lot of people. Dave Portnoy should not be on your fucking platform. I don't give a damn if he gave you a heads up. Yeah. He can tell everybody to watch y'all on Twitch. But platforming him, even to confront him, I don't give a damn. He don't deserve to be on y'all platform. He don't deserve to, like, have any conversation. He does not. Barstool Sports is a cesspool of just terrible people. And it starts with the head. And that is him. It's like he said some of the grossest thing in quote unquote support. Yeah, girl, shut up. Because, hey, Caitlin hasn't just been fouled. I could see if, like, the only person fouling Caitlin is Angel Reese. But it's interesting that you didn't say nothing about any of the white players that fouled Caitlin. It's interesting that you don't. It's like, y'all can't even hide it. So, yeah, StudBudz, don't bring them on. It's like, I know people are going to watch you saying, like, what the hell is your issue with Angel Reese? He's not going to have a real reason. Saying, like, oh, I'm supporting, like, I'm standing up for Caitlin is not a real reason. You have no real reason. Because you're like, I hate her. You don't even know her. You don't know her, and you damn sure don't even know Caitlin Clark either. You don't know Angel Reese, but yet here you are. Talking about, oh, I hate her. You don't, when he said a sports sense, I'm like, girl, shut up. StudBudz, don't do this, because we just want to party with y'all, but I'm sorry, we will not be watching. So, last thing in mid-key, and I just want to say, I love that people are not, like, I'm talking about the people that know her, are not just going, girl, like, raking her over the coals. I think Dominique Morgan said she talked to her directly. There have been a lot of trans activists who are like, I know Laverne. They're being gentle. They're just kind of like, they're doing more of a call-in than a lot of the people that are on social media doing a call-out, right? So, and we did not ask you this. Laverne Cox got on her social media talking about, like, you know, because she's getting ready for this show that she's doing,
And she said, yeah, my ex-boyfriend, I was with him for 4 years. He is a MAGA Republican NYPD cop. When I tell you, it's like, oh, girl, you sure can pick him, huh? Because that's a lot going on. She talked about he was my ex-boyfriend when we met 5 years ago at the height of the pandemic. He was 26 and I was 48. He was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed MAGA Republican voter who was a New York City police officer. We were in love. That's what she said. We were in love. And she said she did another video. Now, the first time she did the video, it was kind of like, girl, why the hell are you telling us? It was like, oh, Laverne, honey, this ain't it. Why would you do this? It's like, girl. And I'm going to say this. Okay. When I tell you, I don't know no woman don't have at least one ex that girl would take to their grave and not tell anybody they fucked them. Dated them, fucked them, shared air with them. Everybody got that one. This should have been the one, Laverne. I'm going to tell you this right now. I get it. It's like, and I think the reason why she talked about it, because she said she's still in love with, she's like, and I still love him. I'm like, girl, that dick must, I'm like, I don't know. She did say, I'm like, I wouldn't just stay with somebody for 4 years because of good dick. I'm like, that should be the basis of being with somebody long term. But you know what? Nope. I'm going to shut up. Girl, we didn't need to know that. And the thing about it is, if you open yourself to a broad horizon of people, and especially if you date people outside of our community, yeah, you're running the risk of that. You just are. Unfortunately. So she made another video to follow up because people are like, girl, what the hell? So in a follow-up video, she said, for the record, when we matched on Tinder, girl, I didn't know what he did for a living. I didn't know his politics. He told me he did something else. I was in love. He has a beautiful soul. That's what she said. And has really beautiful qualities. As I found out his job and his politics, particularly in 2020, we were having conversations really for the first time in this country about white supremacy and trying to have conversations with people across difference. So she did say in the nearly hour-long live stream, she explained that by the time she had learned about their differing political views, they had already started developing feelings for one another, which prompted her to try to pursue the relationship. For years, I've always tried to encourage people to have conversations with people with differences with love and empathy, and that is something I tried to do with this relationship, she explained. I wanted to see if it was possible to have a relationship with someone with different political beliefs in theory. I fell in love with a human being who had different politics, and the good things about that relationship were so good that I was willing to work with the politics I didn't agree with. The 4-year relationship, which she described as healing, ultimately ended last year when she said lines had to be drawn in light of the socio-political climate. Ultimately, Cox acknowledged the betrayal the LGBTQ plus community may feel in light of this news. However, she did not call out critics criticizing to humanize people who have different political beliefs. His humanity went beyond who he voted for. I think everybody's humanity does. We have to fight the fascists and we have to fight the fascist regime. But as we do that, I hope that we're not dehumanizing people with different beliefs the way they're dehumanizing us. This is where I'm going to stop, Laverne. Laverne, you didn't have to add that part. I'm going to tell you why. We know he's a human. And you're only saying that because you love him. If this was a random ass man, you would not be saying this. You are saying this because you love that man. You fell in love with a MAGA conservative New York City police officer. And you're wrapping your head around that. Baby, we didn't ask you, hey, have you ever dated someone MAGA? It's like, if you don't just date exclusively black within you're probably going to run that risk. And not just from white people either. However, Laverne, you doing this because you don't want people coming after the man that you love is a fool's game. Girl, shut up. You should have never told us. We didn't ask you at all. At all. But I do think it's important to note that she said, I did not know all of his political views from the get. I'm like, they're not on the first date, so who did you vote for? That sounds like that's not what happened. But it sounds like you fell in love with a MAGA voter before you realized he was a MAGA voter. That is what she is trying to convey. And I think, Laverne, you're just going to have to let people have this. You don't need to make a follow-up video. You don't need to do any of that. Because one, you should not have made the initial video in the first place, but you did. And now here we are. Laverne, everybody gets what you're saying. But in this climate today, you should have shut the fuck up. And I really do like Laverne. People are feeling betrayed. There are people I've seen who are not surprised by this at all. I'm not one of those people. But I like, with it being last year, I guess the rubber met the road last year. And she's like, we can't be doing this anymore. And so, sure. I feel like, even though she said they met in 2020, please understand, Joe Biden became president in 2020. Well, January, he was elected in fall 2020 and then became president in 2021. I have a feeling, because Biden had been in office, that is why this lasted so long. And then fast forward to 2020, the election for 2023, we're gearing up for, for 2020, I keep thinking last year was 2023. We're in 2025, girl. But gearing up to last year, 2024, Trump is back on the trail. And then it's like, oh, girl, we can't do this. Because the thing about it is like, if their relationship hadn't been done last year, I don't think it would have lasted longer than 2026. I'm going to be honest with you. Not with, if Laverne is if she's sitting on the right side of history, she can't keep sharing a bench with somebody who's on the wrong side. So I think that's the reason why this relationship lasted so long. Biden was in office. And MAGA, to a certain degree, was silenced a little bit. And then Trump decided to run for re-election so he wouldn't go to jail. That is my opinion. This is not fact. But I find it very interesting that he decided to run for presidency when he was found guilty of 34 felonies and was facing jail time. It's interesting how that's kind of gone off the table. But again, that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. But Laverne, you should have kept this in the drafts. I love you, but you should have. Okay. Last little bit before we get on out of here is High Key is all about reality TV. Let's start with Bravo. High Notes. All right. The Valley is getting a 3-part reunion. I feel like this could have been 2, but that's neither here nor there. I want to see how this is going to go all around. For this season of the Valley, everybody's like, it got so dark. I'm like, that's because Jax Taylor was on there. And sidebar, he is not coming back next season. Yay. But it sounds like Mrs. Kentucky Muffin is with Meemaw's great beer cheese. I'm like, girl, please leave us alone. What I got out of the season is that I heart Kristen Doty, and I'm off of Shishu. And I can't believe that as a Pump Rule, I've been watching Pump Rule since day one. Wasn't a fan of Kristen. I love Kristen on the Valley. Sheena and her involvement and introducing us to Janet is like me and her going, Sheena, come outside. We're going to jump you. Okay? This season of the Valley was just like, whew. Because Brittany and Jax Their divorce is not final. It's not, according to her, and Watch What Happens Live, October 15th is when it probably will be final. Because they were fighting, we didn't see a lot of Jax. This is what can happen on the show. We don't need that man. That man is just, he's just creepy and just negative. And I'm like, you're not the number one man in the group. Hey, hi. None of you are. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. It's one. It's Luke. Runner up is Zach. Sorry. I adore Luke. I love this for Kristen. I love what's she got an engagement. She got a cute baby. I'm saying cute. I've not seen the baby, but I think the baby is here. I love this for Kristen because this is what she wanted, and I'm so glad she got it with the right person. Because could you imagine Sandoval as a father? Girl, draining. No. Okay. I just want to see this reunion. I want to see who's going to like act up, and it's probably going to be definitely going to be Janet, definitely going to be Jax. Jax is going to be here like, I'm going to plead my case, and it's unfair to me, unfair to you. I mean, it's sheer audacity. When I say narcissist, yep, it's him. It's, yeah, the picture is going to be Jax Taylor. It also could be Jesse, but that's neither here nor there. Dear Nia, if you don't come to this reunion and cuss Janet out, I'm going to cuss you out. Girl, that woman needs to be cussed out by you. Kristen, maybe. Nia, abso-fucking-lutely. And Brittany, I need everybody who's saying this, you cannot say Kristen is one of your best friends and let that girl call Cash Money sit about your best friend. Kristen is not your best friend. Say that shit. She is not your best friend. Because there's no way in hell you're going to let somebody talk about your best friend like that. Or at least not put up a boundary so she don't feel so comfortable. She can just talk to her husband. She ain't got to talk to you. Kristen, Brittany is not your friend. Zachary, Brittany is not your friend. Brittany is Janet's friend. Everybody needs friends. Thank you for coming to my talk. But let's see how this season, it is high-key reality TV mess. And I liked Jason last season, but again, he falls into the rule that I have that nobody has proven wrong. When it comes to the men on reality TV, they were like, oh my God, we love them, we love them, we love them. We love them until they start talking. And this season, Jason talked a lot. And it was like, oh, please, shut up, sir. That's what happened. And I'm wondering if that's going to happen with Luke if Luke talks more next season. And Michelle and Aaron broke up. That doesn't mean her and Jessica getting back together. They don't need to be together because I'm like, girl, as much as I have issues with what Janet has done on the show, I'm with her when she's right. When she told Jesse, I'd have cheated on you too, I'm like, yeah, point for Janet. Yeah. Real Housewives of Miami. Now, I distinctly remember that people were living for Dr. Nicole to send a very expensive uninvitation to Larsa, said that was high-key legendary. I was one of those people. I also think it's legendary for Gertie to literally air Julia out because she's playing in y'all face. You are literally trying to make it seem like Gertie is a bad friend and she is not. Also, all them women need to be popped in their face. The only person that I'm saying not is Adriana. She was just like, no, go in there and fix it. She told her truth. Now you should go in there and tell her truth. And what did you go? I ain't going back in there. Because you don't have a leg to stand on, Stumpy. And it does not help that Jen Fessler, aka Fessy Wessy from Jersey, was on that daggone cruise and said, girl, she's not calling Gertie a liar. I was very surprised, and on this week's episode, I was very surprised to see Karamo and Carmen Carrera, who looks beautiful. I love that shade of blonde on her. And Karamo, I sound like Drew, singing spirituals. I think Karamo gives such good energy on his talk show. I like his talk show. I like when he gives tough love to his guests. Yeah, that's it. So I just, it's like, I don't even know what episode we're on, but give me this reunion. This reunion can be three parts. If it's just one episode of Gertie literally lighting Julia's ass up, because I swear Julia is acting like, oh, she's just a terrible friend. Girl, what? Because here it is. You keep bringing up Martina's cancer as if you're not fucking talking to a cancer survivor. Last I checked, Gertie also had cancer. Because the question does come up, why are you just bringing this up now? Why are you just bringing this up? And Marisol girl, if you don't put a cocky in your mouth and leave us alone, sip on your cocky and don't say one word. Y'all are giving more fever to her lighting Julia's ass up by exposing these texts than y'all did when Julia literally threw a drink on her. Y'all weren't saying anything. Y'all didn't say anything to Lisa, because Lisa is notoriously late. But y'all let Stephanie sit there and read her the riot act. Yeah. Was Lisa dead ass wrong to be late? Yes. To have people waiting there for 2 hours? Yes. According to Lisa, she flat out told them she was going to be late. I think she put this out on social media. But she was the wrong messenger here. Y'all saying we've been dealing with this for years. Why the fuck did y'all not telling her that? And for y'all to say like, Gertie could have handled this better. Alexa, you could have handled Stephanie better. Should you have told her to shut up? Yes. Here's the thing. Stephanie is only going by what she has seen, and also, not for nothing, what Larsa probably told her. I'm sorry. I probably would have said it in confessionals. I don't think I would have been like, oh, you need to hear what I have to say. Oh, no, she don't. I don't know you. It's like Alexia. If she was out of pocket with Lisa, she out of pocket with you. Y'all should have said something. Don't label Stephanie a busybody. It's so weird to say Stephanie, like I'm talking third person. But then it's like, oh, you don't want her to go straight up no chaser with you, but you have no problem with her doing it with Lisa? I'm sorry. Lisa was wrong. I'm like, I don't care if I'm wrong. Who the fuck are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Because I'm sorry, I would have reacted the same way as Lisa. Hey, hi, I already told him, like, who are you talking to? I already told them I was going to be late. Why are you chastising me? Why didn't y'all tell her? Because I'd be like, see this? Do you see this text where I said I was going to be late? Girl, sip on a cocky and leave me the fuck alone. That's on period. Next Gen NYC. When I tell you, give me more Amira, give me more Riley. She is our queen. Give me Ariana. I cannot believe how much I like this girl. I love Ariana. I just adore her. I actually enjoyed Brooks. I thought I wasn't, except Brooke, stop being a mealy mouth ass bitch and say it. If Ava hurt your feelings, you should just say, like, Ava, I feel a way about you doing it. Because at least Ava was being a little bit honest. She's like, I just didn't want to sit in a car and come to your thing for 10 hours. That's all you had to say. Instead of acting like, oh, I couldn't possibly be there. You weren't there because you didn't want to be. You didn't want to travel. And now I've got questions because I could have sworn the folks in Summer House, and maybe it's just because they're in a different part. And I don't know where the hell these were, but I'm like, I feel like that where they were, she's like, it was going to be 10 hours. I'm like, 10 hours? What part of the Hamptons are you in? I'm like, didn't the Summer House folks go to, like, their summer share to Montauk and to the Hamptons, and it did not take that long? I'm like, where the hell were you, ma'am? I guess the Jersey Shore, I guess. I'm like, look, I'm no geography major, so maybe it does take 10 hours, but I feel like it doesn't. Just say, like, better yet, you should have brought him some, since you went to this pop-up. Amira, I love her. You should have brought him something back. I just want to give you this because I'm so sorry I missed your party. So everybody's like, oh, girl, it was just a pop-up. I will give Ava this. If your handlers are saying you need to show your face here, you're trying to grow your brand, you're going to show up. I don't think she was wrong not to show up. What I do think it is Ava likes to literally lie by omission. Be honest. I went to this thing and I just didn't want to travel. And I am sorry. That's all you had to do. But Brooks, you gonna get Gia's face punched in. Because I'm like, no one's talking to you, Gia. Nobody's talking to you at all. And I'm glad her boyfriend said to her, I'm like, Riley can say however she wants. If y'all don't like the way she talks, don't listen. Gia, your mother's Teresa. You're the last person to say you could have said it different, babe. I'm like, oh, fuck you. But it seems like they're cool. So that's neither here nor there. Last Bravo high note is the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 2. When I tell you this could have been 2 parts, it don't need 3 parts. It really don't. The men are going to be on their part 3. It doesn't. I don't want to hear anything else about this thing with Angela and Phaedra. I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care. 2 things are true at the same time. I don't think Phaedra had anything to do with it, and I wouldn't put it past Phaedra to be involved in this. Is that what I want to say? Okay, hold on. Here's the 2 things that are true. I don't think Phaedra is involved or did it, and I do think Marcus told her that Phaedra is the one who did it. 2 things can be true. 2 things are happening at the exact same time. And now Marcus is back trying to say, she made me say it. Oh, girl. But Phaedra, it doesn't help that you're like, why would I do that? Like, that's so crazy. You mean like how you called up Nene's sister to film with them behind her back and you know they ain't cool? Or how you perpetuated a rumor about someone who was like a very close friend of yours, and now you're trying to do revisionist history because it wasn't on camera. You talking about the rumor about Candy. Now, Dr. Heavenly is a lot. She's a lot of messy. But she ain't no dummy. She had that call with Phaedra about Apollo on camera. You want to know why? Because she know Phaedra too. Phaedra would have done the exact same thing she did on Jason Lee's show. She would have lied. Y'all mad at me about something that y'all didn't even see. And here you go, Portia like, Now hold on, glasses. That is what you did. We're not going to do no revisionist history on this. So I'm glad she did that. Shamia is a flop, and I can't believe this. Now, shout out to Rodney. I was one of those people saying that Shamia was in charge of the girls, and that was based on how they introed the beginning of the season. I'm like, damn, Shamia is the linchpin, because she know her. Everybody got connection to Shamia. She in charge of the girls. And you're watching this heifer be passive aggressive and flop. Girl, we don't care about no damn purse. Of all the stuff that Drew has supposedly lied about, a dupe of a purse is what you got. Oh, girl, shut up. We don't. That's what you're bringing up. Oh, girl. We don't care. And that is so blah. We don't care. I'm sorry. Let me go back to Phaedra. So here's the thing about Phaedra. Why would I do that? Ma'am, you knew his first and last name, but saying you ain't know him. Say, well, he introduced himself. He said only his first name. Hi, I am Marcus. And then after that, you said, oh, I do know him. That's what you told Angela. You want to see, that's the thing. Little kernels, little mustard seeds like that is why she thought you did have something to do with this. And it's like, if Athens is so small, him having ties to your family is not all that crazy. And I'm sorry, I do think Marcus said, I think that is what Marcus told her. That's just my opinion, okay? A lot of people were just going on opinions. Because now he backtracked saying, that's not, I'm like, no, she wasn't involved. I bet you did tell her that. Junebug saying, he said Junebug to protect the sister. I'm like, girl, what is this? We don't care. But again, Phaedra would walk on her own face before she apologized to anybody sincerely. Because here's the thing. Hey, hi, Shamia. Hi. Come here. You have every right to be pissed at Phaedra and never want to fuck with her. I think the only reason why she's fucking with her is because Portia's her best friend. And it's kind of hard to sit here and be around you and try to rebuild what we have and like ISO Phaedra when it is clear abundantly she ain't going anywhere. It's kind of like when you're with a friend that has a partner that ain't shit, treats her like shit, or does some shitty stuff, but you keep your mouth shut because you know they're not breaking up, or they've broken up and got back together. That's how this is looking. Because, Portia, you went really hard on somebody who literally demonstrated that she is your fucking lap dog. Arf, arf, bark, 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 bark like a dog, bark like a big dog, bark, hur, 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 bark like a smart dog, woof, woof, woof. She has been, big or small dog, arf, arf, you have been a lap dog. And that is on period. Period, dot. You have been a lap dog. So for Portia to go so hard on Shamia is like, oh, because you and Portia are cool. I'm sorry, Phaedra are cool. I sound like Rodney. I'm getting names twisted up. You and Phaedra are cool. So it's kind of like, it's coming off like she's disposable. And this has to do with their mamas. I don't know what the hell happened between them two, but that is why this is so easy for them to just, this fight to keep on going. You fighting for your life, windmilling in the comments on social media. This has everything to do with their mothers. Because I feel like if their mothers were cool, they probably would fix this. And Portia, you can call her a liar all day, but hey, hi, honey bunny. That season of Atlanta, you said you didn't go to her wedding because of a medical issue. And then at your Pampered by Portia party, you said, oh, I didn't go because we weren't really speaking. That's new. So when Shamia said, that's news to me, that is the part that's news to her. Because if you did not come, but you said it was because of a medical condition. But then you changed the story at the Pampered by Portia party. Yeah, there's a reason why you and Shamia have been friends all these years. Because y'all both like to change things. Shamia is very passive aggressive and I need her to grow up. You got a big job. You're somebody's mother. I need you to grow the fuck up. Grow up. Tell that bitch that is raggedy as hell that you still friends with somebody who did that to me. See, that's what Shamia needs to do. The Candy part seems like Candy is like, girl, like life is short. I'm not mad at Portia anymore. Phaedra, she's like, oh girl, give me the hell alone. Candy is a Taurus. I don't know why we're doing this. But if you can't tell your best friend, don't bring this bitch around me because she actually said on camera, well, I heard Shamia sleep with everybody's husbands. Ain't anybody saying nothing about that. How are you her best friend and you going to send like, hey, what are you saying? Don't say that about her. Portia, you didn't do that. See, I wouldn't fuck with you either. Or at least I would have cussed you out. I'm like, baby, no. Shamia, stand up in it. It should not take Angela and her fan to push something. Was Angela being messy? Probably. Here's the thing. But it got it out. And Shamia, you have the floor, miss. It's after lunch. You say, I'm going to pipe up more. Pipe up now. I'm like, does it still bother you? Yes. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop saying, I'm over it. No, the fuck you are not. You're not over it. It still bothers me because one, y'all never addressed it and didn't apologize. And for Phaedra to say like, why didn't you address it? Time out. Me? Why didn't I address it? I'm the hater. No. One, Phaedra, see, that's the thing. That did happen on camera, and you actually could have apologized to her. But if I was a producer on this show, I bet you I would have pulled up a camera and made him settle this on camera. Why don't you call Phaedra up and tell her about the issues you have with her? So to say, oh, it hurts me that you mentioned this in interviews. I'm pretty sure it hurt Shamir that you were acting like you ain't do nothing wrong. I'm pretty sure it hurt Candy when you said, I have no regrets about my time previously on Atlanta. Baby, the only reason why you back in Atlanta is because Candy ain't here. And that is on period. Period dot. Let me see. Let me check the time. I think I'm going to do a separate episode to talk about Basketball Wives. The show that I'm not watching, but I did watch that scene. So that's going to be in another video, because that might just be all that I talk about. Because I am at this point with it. Your daughter cannot write a book about you and how you treated her like shit. Your other daughter can't come on your show 7 years ago and talk about the shit that you did, and you are not a raggedy ass mama. No one is like, I'm sorry. I can't say no one. I am not negating that it seems like allegedly Jackie was not a good mother to her children. The only two that's talking are the two girls. The son seemingly is quiet unless I missed it. However, Chantel, if she's as bad as you say she is, there is no way in hell I'd be on camera filming any scenes with her. You can't have it both ways. You can't say she ain't shit and then come to her platform. Let's be very fucking clear. I barely knew what this had. I forgot what she looked like. I'm sorry, Basketball Wives is her platform. I'm so sorry. It is. It does not negate nor excuse your experience with Jackie. But you coming here and you been like habitually line stepping with her all fucking season, and then going to go downstairs and lie to them and just act like she just swung on you for no reason, or that you didn't do anything. She hit me. I'm like, girl, you pushed your mother against the wall. You don't put your hands on your mama. But this is more of seeing how sad this is, because there is no winners in this. And nobody wins when the family feuds, and it seems like this family been feuding for quite some time. And I feel like it's up and it's stuck, because now Takari and Chantel are arguing. I need y'all. That's it. I'm not saying y'all need to come back, but I swear to beans, it's too many family therapists out here. Do I gotta call Dr. Tracy from Family or Fiance? Who gotta talk to y'all? It's two sides of wrong that we're watching. What that scene is very Potomac. Two sides of wrong. Jackie is wrong to act like Chantel don't have a reason to have an issue with you, and Chantel is wrong to put her hands on Jackie. All I saw was anger. She was pissed. And I'm talking about Chantel. The thing about it is, I feel like you can't have in-depth conversations with someone like Jackie Christie. And I feel like at her big age, she's been trying it. It's like, baby, walk away from your mother. It's okay for you to go no contact on your family if they treat you like shit. But it's not okay for you to put your hands on your mother. You are not going to get people saying, yeah, that's right, hit your mama. Nobody is going to say that to you. People are giving you space and air and care and sympathy because we have seen Jackie Christie on this show. We know about Takari's book. I don't agree with your choice. Can I somewhat understand it? Yeah. There's some people like, fuck that mother shit. I am not one of those people. And I agree with Dustin Ross. You breaking some black codes. We don't play that shit. We just don't. There are some people who don't even like when sons put their hands on their daddies. Daddies that may be abusing their mamas, and instead of, hey man, that's your dad. So there is a black code about parents. It's very 10 Commandments based. Honor thy father and thy mother. Because essentially, nothing good happens to you if you actually disrespect your parents. Not saying that Jackie is not disrespectful. Not saying that Jackie has harmed her children. Because we're not going to say that. Let's be very clear. Nobody's saying, that's right, Jackie, you should like beat on your kid. Nobody's saying that, especially a grown-ass woman. Your daughter's a grown-up. What we are saying is, Chantel, you should have never came back. You should never be full-time on this show. Yeah, the real villain here is the production and the producers, that lady. Because one, this is not just like you're so not attached that you don't know. You've known Jackie Christie for years, Shawnee. The other option, y'all could have cut this fucking shit out. Y'all could have edited this shit out. It did not need to be part of the season. That scene is probably why Basketball Wives is not getting a reunion this year, because there is no resolution that can happen within this cast. It's a resolution that needs to happen through that family. It's not going to happen on this show. Chantel, for your mental health and for your family that you're creating, your new nuclear family, please go non-contact with Jackie Christie. I get it. You love your dad. But your dad is going to have to understand. Because I'm pretty sure at this point, he's like, yeah, y'all two can't even be in the same room right now. No, they can't. Chantel, go no contact with Jackie. Expeditiously. Alrighty. Well, y'all, this has been the Mocha Minutes Podcast. I'll be back. Thanks for listening.